All right, people, we're back. Real Tough Talk. Stephen J. Ghost back on to talk about the next game. But before we talk about the next game, I want to talk more about my football career. I had a pretty good run.
There we go.
I just want to let the guys know that I played this game, and I had a pretty good run.
And what is this run that you speak of?
I want to chip with the Rebels.
Okay.
I want to chip with the Warriors in the former Church League BFL. So I had a pretty good run. Few awards here and there. Played pretty well. Where did you play?
Listen, I wasn't really in the game at that time. I was still a high school student. So,
Right.
I'm kind of younger than a lot of the other guys. So I wasn't into the game like y'all. So that's why I'm a little behind on it all. But, it is what it is. You had...
Trash. We're going to get into the game. AFC versus the Browns. Now, this is a game where you'll see Lonnie go up against Yuli. Two different quarterbacks. Neither one of them are mobile. They don't run. So let's put that out there now. Lonnie has a stronger arm than Yuli. I think Yuli is a good game manager. But really doesn't have arm strength. Tends to have a funky delivery in his throwing. And I think that wind-up kind of telegraphs where he throws the ball, which gets him in trouble. But he also has Travis, which is one of the top 5 players in touch football. So when you have that guy, you're able to escape a lot of mistakes you make.
And I'm guessing that he's going to rely on him a lot over the course of the game because Uni's not going to be the quarterback that's going to throw a defense apart.
Right.
He's not that type of quarterback. A lot of times he has, strategies that would have to make some crossing routes, and the receivers are going to have to make it easier for him. That's the type of quarterback he is. He gets the ball to them, and they're able to make plays on it. That's going to have to happen on this game. They're going to have a harder time because the Browns have a lot of defensive playmakers. So that's something that they're going to have to watch out for. And I'm sure that they're guys like Trev, you have the return of Puka this season. You have 50 there who's one of their another big defender on their team.
Nut, a veteran.
Nut, who's a veteran of the Browns.
And let's talk about this kid that's on the rise, Aha.
Yes.
That kid is making noise. He's a game breaker. He's a game changer. And this guy has a lot of talk to back up what he does on the field.
And the thing about it is he's still young and he's still improving.
Right.
He hasn't reached anywhere near his ceiling
Not
yet.
at all.
So there's a lot of learning that this kid can make. And there's a lot of improvements that he can make on his game. And it's scary to say that he can make improvements as good as he's been playing.
I got to agree with that. We're going to jump into some interviews first. Before we start with the game, we're talking to Trev. We're going to talk to Ralph, the defensive captain of AFC. We're going to talk to a lot of different guys, and we'll get to that, and then we'll be right back. We'll jump into the game. What's going on? Stephen J. here with Mr. Sarge, host of the hit show Monday Night Quarterback. What's going on, bro?
What's good, man? Good morning. How you doing? Good morning. Good morning. Championship weekend, man. Wonderful Sunday, man. Championship weekend.
What is it like to have your own show? All on you, no co-host, just you doing, you're responsible for everything. Tell me the work that goes into having your own show.
I think the fun part is having my own show and not having to answer to nobody. But I gotta correct myself, or I'm my hardest critic. So, I take from each show, I go back and look at, what I could have missed or what I could have did different, and I bring it out of the next show. But the total experience is just fun, because this is something I like. And football is something I love. So to come out here and just give information on the games and the leagues is just a wonderful thing for me.
People say you like controversy, you like stirring things up. What would you say to that?
Of course. Why would you be in this if you don't like controversy or stirring things up? That keeps the viewers in, especially people, the fans who hear about the games or hear about the teams that don't come out, that don't watch your show or watch my show, or anybody else's show. Controversy keep people tuned in. You got to keep it that way.
Right. So I think people catch a lot of feelings when we talk. They take things personal. I don't think we ever attack anybody's character. We attack their play. We criticize their play. Correct. What do you think about people taking it personal? I think they take it way too personal.
If you take anything in life personal, you need to reevaluate yourself. This is recreational football, something to get away from regular things you do in life. So it's supposed to be fun. And you're right, we don't attack nobody's character.
Right.
It's your game. Your game speaks for yourself. That's why they say, if any given Sunday, bring your game, not your name.
All right.
Let your game speak for you.
All right, thanks a lot. We're here with Sarge. Thanks a lot. We'll talk to him. We'll be talking to him during the day, guys. All right, see you in a sec. What's going on? Stephen J here with my man Trev. Real Tough Talk veteran. What's going on? Congratulations making the trip.
Thank you. I wouldn't consider myself a veteran. I'm a rookie still. Nobody know me. Chill.
What do y'all got to do this game? A lot of people didn't pick out to even be in this position. What do y'all got to do this game to keep the steam going on the train?
Play BG football. That's it. That's what we do. We come out here, whether we got 7 people, 11, 21, don't matter. We play BG football, so that's what we got to do.
How good did it feel getting your brother back, Puka, back in the lineup, came in the end of the season, started in the playoffs? How does it feel to get your brother back?
Feel like we playing BG football again. That's it. We ready.
Lonnie's one of the most criticized quarterbacks after Dion, but I think the guy has a lot of talent. He plays a lot of good football. What does he have to do personally to win this game, and what is something that people don't know about Lonnie?
Lonnie got to play his game, and what a lot of people don't know about Lonnie is he's very confident in what he do. So if he come out there and he play his game and he don't let nobody get into his zone, he stay in his zone, we'll be fine.
Right, we're going to wish my man here good luck. Big one right here, championship game. All right, brother. All right, we're going to jump right into the game right now. Start off with AFC getting the ball. Second down near the 50-yard line. Yuli throws on 5, scrambles on 5 rush, throws to Pablo in the middle, knocked away by Nutt. Third down, Yuli on 5 rush, throws to Pablo again in the middle, picked off by Nutt, who runs it all the way to the 20-yard line, giving the Browns back the ball. Great play by the veteran Nutt. He already knocked the ball away the first time, and this time he came back and got an interception because I think Yuli telegraphs where he throws, and he makes a mistake here.
I'm not going to only put it on Uni because Pablo was given instruction to cut to the right side. If you look here, Uni's calling him to cut
to the middle.
It seems like Pablo's not reading that the signs that Uni's given. He stays still, the ball is thrown, and Pablo does not react to it, and that leaves an easy interception for Nutt.
Well, the Browns are right in the red zone right now. They're at the 20-yard line. Lonnie with 2 short passes to get to the 1-yard line. Then on last down, Lonnie with a quick throw to Puka in the corner, off target, turnover on downs. And this is the issue. You cannot be in a championship game on 4th down and rush the pass. There was no pressure. There was no need. Lonnie rushes this pass. I think he got a little too nervous, and he's going to end up turning over the ball, giving it back to AFC when the Browns could have stolen momentum.
And this is one of the problems that Lonnie has. A lot of times he tends to make his game harder for himself. Sometimes he rushes plays. He doesn't take his time. Certain times he's worried about the rush coming in. And all of those factors into how accurate he is and how consistent he is. So he has to calm himself down. Hopefully the first drive is a learning experience for him moving on through the game.
Udi going to get the ball back. He's going to throw 2 passes to Chicky to get them the first down. Second down, Udi throws deep to Isaiah, cutting in the middle. The ball is going to be almost picked off by Trav. And like I tell you, Udi got a weird windup that it gives the defender enough times to telegraph where the pass is going, and Trav only almost had to pick. Next play, short pass to Isaiah for a decent game to taking us to 4th down. Judy throws it up into the end zone, turnover on downs, giving it back to the Browns, and I think that 3rd down was a big play. If you look here on 3rd down, the Browns are playing more of a drop back, prevent defense. They give Isaiah all this underneath, and Judy falls right into what they're trying to do, and they force him to throw up the ball. Great stop by the Browns. When it's time for this team to clutch up on defense, they do, and they're able to stop Judy twice now.
And the thing about it is you can't necessarily say that 3rd down was the key. They didn't get much on 1st and 2nd down. Obviously, these downs, you get 4 downs. So again, you have to chop up the field the best way you can. If you miss 1 or 2 downs, now you have 1 down to make up for it and get a big chunk. Obviously, the Browns do not allow them to get any more yardage than they got in that play. So it was all she wrote, and the only option left was for Uni to throw it up, and they were unsuccessful.
Lonnie with 4 passes for a nice gain, getting them to the 1st down. Lonnie on 2nd down throws to Aha, who gets tagged at the 1-yard line. He should have dove in, If you look here, if he would have dove in, that definitely would have been a touchdown. But that doesn't hurt him because third down, Lonnie finds A-Hot cutting in the back of the end zone for the touchdown. 50 gets a 2-point conversion, 8-0. Browns take the lead.
And it seems like AFC's defense is starting to fall apart because, again, if your offense is not performing the way they're supposed to, they turned over the ball twice already. So all of a sudden, now your defense is not holding. The mistake that Lonnie made in the first drive, he fixes in the second drive, and his players are stepping up. You see Ahab fix his mistake he made when he got to the 1 yard line. He could have easily dove in. Obviously, he didn't know where he was at. He makes up for it by getting open in the back of the end zone, and Lonnie finds him.
Udi gets the ball back. He's going to throw to Cheeky, who runs for a nice gain, picking up the first down. Udi again comes again with 2 short passes for a decent gain. Third down, Udi throws it to Pablo in the end zone. One-on-one with Jarrell. Incomplete. The question was this pass interference?
And my opinion, I think that Joel got away with one right here. They didn't throw the flag. But if you see here, Joel hoists himself over the player with one hand and jumps over with another. I guess the ref didn't see it.
Right.
It's very subtle, but obviously you see there, if the player is using one arm to hold the other player down, that's clearly pass interference, especially knowing that the ball didn't get there in time.
Last down, Udi throws it up. It's going to be tipped by Nut, picked off by Trev, who runs all the way to the 40-yard line. He's going to get stopped, and it's going to take us to that halftime 8-0. Now, we're going to first talk about that pass interference call. I think it was a hard call, but I think the offensive player has to sell the play.
Yeah.
If you got grabbed or if you got pulled or he jumped on you, you got to cause a collision. You got to go down to the ground. Force the ref to make the call.
He did go on the ground, but I guess because Joel was behind the player.
Right. I'm talking about you got to sell it immediately.
Yeah.
If you have to physically run through him, however you got to do it, you got to do that to sell the call. If not, then the ref is not going to give you that call, and you just got to learn to do an acting job sometimes.
Yeah, but sometimes you don't always get the call that you want. Sometimes the refs miss it. It happens. That was a hard call to make because it was very subtle the way Joel played the defense, and I'm not mad at him for making that play there.
Okay, now I'm going to talk about AFC. They had the ball twice. We had Udi throw an interception. He actually threw 2 interceptions. We're not gonna kill him for the one he tossed up because it was last down. So they had the ball 3 times and he had 3 turnovers, 2 interceptions. The issue that I got with them is they have 5 passes knocked down. They have basically 5 breakup passes. If the defense is able to break up their passes, what does that mean? That means you're telegraphing where you're throwing the ball, which is what I said. Because of his funky arm delivery and his weird windup, it gives the defense an opportunity to adjust and know where the ball is going. 5 breakups is way too many. 2 interceptions, 5 breakups, that is too many. Udi has to either find a way to get the ball out quicker or look for more one-on-one matchups. Now, that call is a coin toss on that pass interference, but that was a smart idea because he figured his high guy had a better opportunity. But the one thing I'll also kill him on, how many passes did one of the top 5 players in touch football got? Travis.
I think about carried a 6.
I think pretty much as much passes we had.
No.
You cannot have the top 5 player in the city with no passes the first half. Not a way he's going to get it done. Not a way to win a championship. And you have to make adjustments or you're going home.
I mean, you got to give the Browns some credit, at least on defense. They've been doing their job. They've been making everything. They've been giving the offense a hard job to battle through this defense that they have on the field. You have a lot of defensive playmakers that I mentioned earlier. Obviously, Trevor's one person that loves to attack the ball. You have Puka, who is a defensive playmaker. You have 50, that's it's a high IQ defensive player. You have Nut. You have all of these guys here playing defense on a high level that would give most quarterbacks a hard time.
And Heck giving him the ball, his speed.
Again, because Uni's not mobile, Hector's putting pressure on him as well. So all of those angles make your defense more effective against a quarterback like this. You got to give it to him. And Lonnie, Even though he failed in the first drive, he kind of collected on the second drive. Even though it was the defense that gave him the ball back, he kind of recovered from that last turnover by scoring on the second try. That's how you end the half.
All right, second half. Second down. After a short pass for a decent gain, Lonnie throws deep to Joel, cut into the end zone. That's going to be off-target, incomplete pass. That's going to take us to last down. Lonnie finds Trav in the front of the end zone for the touchdown, 14-0. The Browns take a further lead. And if you look here, Pablo and his teammate gets caught on a crisscross between Puka and Trav. But if you look here, Pablo drops back. His teammate, I'm sorry we don't know his name, his teammate is playing it right. He picks up Puka on a cross. But Pablo is playing so far back in the end zone, there is no way he can get back to the front to stop that front cross. And Trav beats him to the spot. Lonnie with a great throw, 14-0. That's a big mistake.
And the thing is, all it took is for that's one split second for Lonnie to make that pass in the front of the end zone. There's no way Pablo will be able to react in time. That's why if you're going to play in the end zone, you always guard the front, not the back of the end zone. Make him throw it over you, not in front of you. And that's why that was such an easy pass for Lonnie. That's an easy 6 points. After
getting the first down, UD with 2 passes to get them to the 15-yard line. They're in the red zone again. Third down, UD throws short to Isaiah, but it's going to be picked off by Puka, giving the ball back to the Browns. And who is that on? That's on UD or is that on Isaiah?
I think that's on Uni right there, because Uni telegraphed that pass. Puka was waiting for it, and as you can see, right when he throws it, Puka's already reacting to it. He just steps up and snatches that ball. Now, the crazy thing is, I'm used to seeing Puka run these interceptions back. They were able to stop him after a few yards he ran, but something is wrong when you're throwing interceptions to these guys so easy. Puka just goes and snatches it. Now you got to change your whole strategy, because whatever you're doing now isn't working.
And that's UD's third interception of the day.
Yes.
Lonnie hands the ball off to Joel, who runs for a decent gain. Second down, Lonnie throws short to Trav, who runs for a decent gain, picking up the first. Lonnie then throws short to Joel, who shakes one defender and runs to the 5-yard line. If you look at Joel, will run into a bystander sideline, but no one else got hurt. He fell, unfortunately, nobody got hurt, all the kids was fine, but look at that move that Joel makes. I'm telling you, this guy is Dexter McCoy. The guy can make you miss, and that's a great play by him here.
And that's a scary thought that you have Joel, Trev, and Puka on the same team.
And Joel is a back thought.
Yes.
We always talk about Puka,
Yes.
we talk about Trev, we talk about Ahab, we talk about Nut, 50, and we don't talk about Joel.
Well, we talk about him when he's on his respected team,
Right.
and when he's doing his thing there, but to put him on this Browns offense, that is another weapon that gives defenses, that's another
Just
weapon.
say give him nightmares, because if I knew I had to face this type of offense, especially when Lonnie's on his game, I would not be able to sleep, because I do not want to be put on Joel's highlight tape. And you got to say, you already know what we say when he got caught. That's a quick. Got him! Yeah, because he got it. He got it. You got to say.
The thing about it
you got to
is-
say that. He got it.
And the thing about it is, the person who's gonna remember that is that defender right there. Look at his face when he
He
gets
knows
caught.
it's coming.
Yeah.
He knows. He knows he's in the highlight. That's the worst. That's like getting dunked on. That's going to take us second down. Lonnie finds Ahab cutting in the back of the end zone for the touchdown. 20-0. If you look here, Ralph is guarding 2 guys. He's not. I mean, if you look at the whole defense collapse. 50's open right here. I don't know who. I mixed their name up all the time.
Yes.
Travis.
Yes.
I don't know who Travis is guarding. You're too good to not take a peek to the back and see who's there. So now the whole defense collapsed. Now they're froze on that side. If you look here, Ralph is attempting to guard 2 people. And then he doesn't see this move right here. Ahab's open. He doesn't notice it. Why? He's looking at the quarterback.
Yep.
And Lonnie's able to throw a nice little spiral right through that hole. Touchdown. Putting them up 20-0.
And that's the main opportunity that you're supposed to play a zone defense where you can help each other out. And that's in that given space there. When you're playing a man, you're going to be left on an island when one person's not doing their job. So right here, Ralph is left guarding 2 guys. You have other guys stepping up, watching the quarterback. He's left by himself. And by that time, Ahab's wide open in the back of the end zone. This has been happening time and time again in this game, and it looks like it's all she wrote since their defense is not learning anything.
First down, UD throws deep to Isaiah, knocked away by Joel. But Joel gets flagged for the pass interference. It's going to take him to the 3-yard line. Now he got caught this time. He got away with one earlier. Was this a pass interference?
And I think this one was a definite pass interference because you see he puts his whole body on the receiver before the ball gets there. And once you see the receiver going up and he's prevented from going to get the ball, that is a clear that's clear contact being shown right there. That is no way. There's no way that a ref is not going to throw that flag there.
Second down, Yudi throws to Raul in the middle of the end zone. It's going to be tipped by Puka, but then caught again by Raul. 20-6. They're attempting to get back in. It might be a little too late, but the problem that I have with this play is it got tipped by Puka, which means he telegraphed where the pass was going, which we've seen Yudi struggle with all day long. The Browns knew where he was going, where he was going, and he did not adjust that funky delivery. It may have gotten away last week when they beat the YGs, but it was not going to get by this defense of the Browns. They're too fast. They're too skillful. He's able to get in the score, but this is his first score in this game.
And it didn't happen without one of their defenders touching the ball. Puka just got one hand on it, which shows that, again, he didn't react in time to get the ball, but he was able to put his hand on it. Luckily for them, the ball was tipped right into the receiver's hands. But again, that's not going to happen every single time, as you saw in this game.
First down, Lonnie throws a nut in the sideline who runs for a decent gain. Then Lonnie throws a Puka on the sideline for a decent gain, getting him all the way to the 10-yard line. Third down, Lonnie finds A-Hawk cutting in the back of the end zone for the touchdown. End of the game, 26-6. Browns are the champions of the B division with the blowout win.
And the crazy thing is, you've heard A-Ha's name in every single touchdown that they scored. He's been getting open. These defenders have not been able to lock up on him. And I would think that at that point, you would put their best defender on him. Yep. They didn't do that. They let him roam around.
But their best defender is Travis. Travis got to guard Puka. Puka is their best thing. The number 2 guy is Trevor. So who do you put him on? AI is the third guy. Then you're going to have Joel. Then you're going to have Nut. It is too many weapons on this team.
And I'm going to
Ralph is a linebacker.
Yeah.
He's not a great man-on-man
defender. And there's no way
defender.
that he's going to be able to keep
so
up with
only ones you
guys.
could put is Isaiah and Travis. Well, you take those 2 guys out. The Browns have 4 or 5 receivers. That's going to kill you, which is why we had a blowout.
And the thing about this is, I'm just going to bring up a side thing right here. You said that Trevor is their second guy.
Yep.
I don't think he's going to like that you said that. Because, he feels right now that he's been their main guy. No offense to Puka.
But he mentioned Puka in the first interview. We saw that.
That's true.
He mentioned him, so he knows who to pay homage to.
Oh, yeah.
Trev is a star.
Yeah.
Puka's a superstar. It's a difference.
I know that.
Like I said, Trev is a star. Puka's a superstar.
I'm just waiting for that day when they have that argument on who is better. Because
once Travis learns to be more consistent, we've seen him drop passes.
That's true.
He'll become a superstar. Right now, he's a star. But I would take him on my team. But now let's get on the game.
Yeah.
Lonnie gets MVP. I think it should have been co-MVPs because I think A-Ha should have won the MVP also. He had 3 touchdowns. But Lonnie carved up this defense. So I understand why he got it also.
And he was spreading the ball on the offense, throwing it to all of their check down receivers. He was taking his time. He was playing it safe, not really forcing any turnovers. He barely turned over the ball in this game, actually.
He had, I think you're right.
Yeah.
I'm going to go to keep going. I'm going to tell you right now.
I mean, he played well. He had that first turnover early in the game, and after that, it was all she wrote because he had
the ball 5 times and he scored 4.
Yes, so
he only got stopped
got stopped that one drive in the first half.
Yep.
So ever since then, he scored on every single drive he had the ball. So that's near lights out. So it's a definite no-brainer for him to get MVP in this game because he played very well. This is probably one of his better games that he's played in recent, in the recent games he's played. And if he gets able to play like that, the sky's the limit for this Browns team if he's able to be consistent in that way.
And AFC, I'm frustrated. They didn't score until 1 minute and 40 seconds left in the second half. That was the first time they scored. Do you hear what I said? 1 minute and 40 seconds left in the second half. And it's when they scored their first touchdown.
And the thing is, you got to mention how they scored. So it was that late in the game, and they barely got it because the defender was there.
Yep.
So they barely got it through. So do you even count that as a touchdown that they earned? I don't know.
Judy threw 3 interceptions. Travis had 1 catch. And he was deflected at least 7 times. The Browns got their hand in to knock the ball down or pick it off.
But I'm not going to only put it on Uni. Their whole offense was discombobulated.
Right.
They had receivers not being in the spots that they
Well, we
needed
saw
to.
the one that you said he called Pablo to a spot.
interception, yes.
And he didn't go.
Yes.
And he got picked off.
So those plays like that is demoralizing for an offense as well. So when you have receivers not being in the same position or in the same, when you don't have a receiver in the same page as
Vicinity,
the quarterback, it's not going to work. And the thing about it is, nobody was on the same page in this offense. So you're nodding your head. What does that mean?
You got one of the top 5 players in TFL.
I'm glad that you mentioned that. Look at these plays here. Hold on. Before you say anything. Top 5 players in the league
Yes.
do not jog down the field. Look at this play here. It looked like he's not really running full speed, trying to get open, trying to beat his defender. He's jogging. On this play, he's jogging on this play. That play, does it look like he's jogging? I think so. So again, you can be the best player on the field, in the game, in the league, in the city. It don't matter when you're not putting in the effort. And it didn't look like he put in that much effort in this game. It looked like he got thrown out of the game early based on his quarterback's play. I don't know. That's my opinion. But regardless of what, he didn't look like he was 100% Travis, the dominant two-way player on the field. He didn't look like that on defense either.
Well, he didn't kill I can't say that. He guarded Puka half the game, and Puka did not have an explosive game like we know him to have. So the guy played pretty good defense. Now, as far as Travis go, he didn't have a big destruction game last week versus YG's. They won that game, I believe it was 20-6. He came late, and the offense was pretty much moving, but he didn't have a lights-out game that game. But he has a quarterback that can't really get him the ball. You know what I mean? They are 2 different styles. You have a guy who can be accurate, you know what I mean, not mobile, kind of has a funky delivery that it causes Travis to have to bail Yuli out a lot of times. So I guess on these certain plays, Travis knew he wasn't getting the ball. So he has to play both ways of the ball. So he got to find some way to conserve energy. But at the end of the day, this AFC team played terrible. They got smacked. And I think the YGs would have gave the Browns a better run because they had more heart. AFC didn't look like they had heart this game. You can't go from scoring 20 points against AFC, against YGs, to expecting you're going to do that against the Browns. Browns are a better, faster defense. This is the same Brown defense that held Carver in the UFL. You know what I mean? And these were the players I was on the field, 50, Puka, Trav. They had guys that was actually there. Mm-hmm. So you can't think that you was going to have a walkthrough. I think Yudi should have killed the clock a little more. I think he should have listen, they had guys attempted to make Cheeky was their best receiver today. He caught everything, but a lot of times the Browns let him get those underneath passes. They wasn't worrying about him beating them over the top because Lee doesn't have a strong arm. So he has to come up with plays where he know where to get Travis the ball, where Travis can go one-on-one. Because one-on-one Travis against Puka, I love Puka. I'm going to have to go with Travis. The guy played in arena football. The guy played in the street ball. The guy can jump out the gym. I like my matchup with him, but there was not enough one-on-one calls for that matchup, and now we'll never know what would happen.
I mean, the thing about it is if you can't really get him the ball in that manner, I don't think that it makes sense to take that chance. So, again, this game did not work out for them. Let's just say, is it fair to say that they were outmatched in this game?
Yes.
So
it's not about being fair. It was. The Browns was a better team. And we're going to wrap it up because the Browns was a way better team from the start of the game. Lonnie had the ball 5 times and scored 4 of them. And threw no interceptions, which he struggles with. I seen him throw an interception last week versus the Rockstars. I believe, yes, it was the B game versus the Rockstars that they ran back for a touchdown, which Lonnie is known as being Eli Manning.
Yeah.
But when he plays like this is the successful Eli Manning. He carved AFC defense up. And we're going to get an interview with him. So we're going to go to the interview. We're going to talk about that, and we'll be right back.
What's going on, people? Stephen J here with Coach Jingo. Just won the championship versus AFC. I believe it was 26-6. Yes, sir. First thing, Travis had no catches. He's one of the top 5 players in touch football. What was your strategy on shutting him down?
It wasn't about shutting Trav down, it was about shutting the quarterback down, taking those options. You know, Trav come up, you know he wants to do 2 or 3 routes, you take them away, make the quarterback look a different way. That was all.
Trev and Puka was on fire today. Both almost had touchdowns to the house. What is it like when you got them 2 playing your secondary?
Well, them 2 is good, but when you got A-High with them mixed all in there, we got a good nucleus. And when them 2, they talk together, we move together, and they talk on the defense. You've seen that defense, they put up points. They got 6 points on us. We was all right. Them playing together is real good.
Let's talk about Lonnie. Everything is Lonnie. All about Lonnie. He played good today. Really played good. Didn't lose the game, took his time, ran the clock, and made the throws when he had to make. Other than Dion, I think he's the most criticized quarterback in this game. What do you keep him? How do you keep him motivated?
You keep him going. He keep himself motivated. You keep him going. You tell him once we get that chip, you're going to get 4 more. You're going to get 5 more. That's what we expect. You know, this year was a struggle. You see how we finished the church league, young league. You see how we finished that. It was crazy. We went from there, and I said, okay, let's make another start. And we started. We're going to build from here. This is how you work. No matter who we got, who show up, you throw the ball to them. You need nobody. You don't need nobody at all. You got a man. You got to be the man. You can't have nobody making you better. You got to make them better. And from there, he just grabs it.
Your team had adversity, lost players because of certain situations with suspensions, but you still had the troops stick together on an us versus the world mentality. What is it like when they're able to put the plan together that you had a blueprint for?
It was sweet. You see me smiling, right? Everything, I didn't have nothing to say. It was just smiling. They start talking to each other.
Let's go! I'm here. Hey,
not with that UTF on.
That's right. That's right.
When they work together, everything is well. Everything is good. It's one unit. You know, one mind thinking. Puka called something, Trevor called it. You could tell everybody's working together. Nut with a pick, Trev with a pick, Puka with a pick. That's how it goes. We get that, I think we can get everybody a problem.
We're going to thank Jingo for being here with us. Another chip under the Browns belt. BG coming, guys. Pay attention because they're making noise. We're going to see on the site. Thanks a lot, Jingo.
Yeah, yo, Lonnie.
Lonnie.
All right, people, what's going on? We got a special treat like I was telling y'all before. We here with the Browns starting quarterback, MVP of the championship game, Browns starting quarterback, Lonnie. What's going on, Lonnie? What's the deal?
What's up, Jay? Coach?
All right.
going on?
You know I'm going to jump right into the questions, man. First of all, how it feels to be back in the championship circle with you throwing?
Well, man, it's a good feeling, man. You know, I've been doing this for over 20 years and plus, and I played in 5-6 chips. You know, the last one was maybe 2003 against Stuart Hill, which was a close one. And it's been a long ride since. You know, out of 6 chips that I played in, this is my first one that I won.
Now, for you to say that was my next question, I know I heard it was 2000, 2002 you won your last chip. That is a long time. You have a lot of years under your belt throwing. What made you keep going and not just give up and say, you know what, it's time for me to call it quits. It's been too long since the championship.
Just staying hungry, staying determined. Knowing that, you know, I just can't give up and walk away from it, you know?
Right.
Watching everybody else winning and me being in this, you know, in this game for all this time and not winning one just kept on pushing me to fight to win one. You know, eventually I won with the Browns.
When people talk, we hear a lot of people talking about quarterbacks. You know what I mean? We don't hear people remember the old school quarterbacks, Pablo, yourself, Snuff. Y'all been guys that's thrown a lot of years. Do you think that it's all about what have you done for me lately, that these guys actually don't know what started all this football stuff?
Well, when I came out, I was maybe like 16, 17.
Right.
I was playing against you when you were the Horsemen.
Right.
Willie the Beast. I went against Willie the Beast in his prime. I went against Reggie in his prime against the Apaches. I went against Pablo with the Wild Cowboys.
Right.
The Bearcats, I went against Sam. These was all great quarterbacks. And back then, it wasn't easy.
2 minutes. Let me ask you another question now. That game, you look like you was on another level. You know, a lot of people compare your game kind of like an Eli Manning. You know what I mean? When you're on your game, you could be elite. But when you have a bad game, it can be really bad. What brought your focus in this game when you was throwing?
Well,
Go ahead.
just trying to like, or really Jingo, during the season, during the week, just telling me, take your time, don't rush, take what they give you, don't try to put everything on your back and try to make things happen, Have fun, play catch, with the guys and let them do what they do after, you make that completed pass.
What did it feel like to not only win a championship, but to find out you were the MVP of the game?
Well, winning the championship was a great feeling. I never knew what it felt like. I knew what it took to get it, but I didn't know what it took to win it. And, with Jingo winning 2 back-to-back, maybe a year ago, 2 years ago, and him just sitting down and explaining to me, this is what you got to do and stuff. Me finally listening and not being a nuthead, I finally won it. And, just staying hungry, man, and just sticking to the game plan.
What is your relationship with Jingo? What has that been like?
It's been a good relationship. We, back and forth, on and off. We had me, brung Reg in, respect Reg, he's a great quarterback. Brung in Fred, gave him opportunities, basically, because I wasn't doing what I was supposed to do. But Jingo gave me the opportunity, gave me more than one opportunity, gave me a couple opportunities to prove myself. And this opportunity that he gave me here, season, I took it as this is do or die. If I can't do nothing here and I'm busted, it's time to hang on.
Tell me about these offensive players you got in this offense. You got a pretty dangerous offense. We know about Trav, we know about Puka, but tell me about Ahad. This kid is really growing. He just won the offensive MVP, league MVP in the BQFL in the B division. Tell me something about this kid that people don't know.
He is only 22 years old, so
wow,
he's still got a lot of room for growth. Championship game, honest truth, I felt like he deserved the MVP because he got 3 touchdowns.
True.
So
what you got?
All right, Lonnie. I just gotta ask you a couple questions myself. Where did the swagger come from in that game? Like, haven't seen you comfortable, having fun, enjoying yourself, but not necessarily celebrating with everybody else. You was all business and you was ready to win the game and you was completely focused. Where did that attitude come from in this game?
it has to do a lot with Jingo. Jingo, I played on many teams. I came up with, PDQ. I came up with Trojans, and just the way he treated me and the way he talked to me, it was like, I never heard it from these other coaches and stuff like that. Or maybe I never heard them say it, at least that's the line. I believe in you, man. You just need to take your time and believe in your offense and try to do everything on your own. So, he kept me cool along, during the game, talking to me, telling me things that he see and things that I shouldn't, that bad habits that I had, telling me to stop doing. So, Swagger basically came from Jingo helping me just stay relaxed.
All right. Last question. This your first chip, I would say, in about, let's say, 15 years. About, right? You said 2002? We in 17?
Yeah.
About 15 years. Is it time to call it a wrap? Is that it? You got it? You back on top? You got your chip? Is it time to retire? Or you're going to keep kicking and keep going?
Nah, ain't no retirement, man.
You heard it here.
No.
The man is not retiring.
Yeah, I'm up there. there in age, but you know, my arm is still live, and you know, I see things different now. I know what it takes now to get to the chip. I mean, get to the playoffs, get to the chip, and win a chip. You know?
Right.
I got the taste of the first one, and now I want more.
So it is addictive, like people said. Winning is addictive.
Excuse me?
I said, so it's like people said, winning is addictive.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
All right, man. We going to thank Lonnie for being here with us. Like I said, put respect on this man's name. I say, like I said, he is the Eli Manning of touch football, because when this guy's in the zone, he can make some great things happen, as you saw that last game that he just had. And watch this kid, Aha, man. Lonnie's seen a lot of guys play. So him to put his name on this kid's back and say that this kid is hungry, he's going to be the truth. He's somebody we need to watch. Him and Joel, we really need to pay attention
And
to these
he's
kids.
far from his ceiling, and that's the scary thing about these young kids that's coming up. They are already challenging the veterans that's been in the game.
Yeah.
So it's scary to see what the future may hold for them.
So we're going to thank Lonnie for being here with us, y'all. Lonnie, congratulations on the MVP in the championship game. Congratulations on the championship. Enjoy it, because we know everything starts back over. So the feeling is short, but try to enjoy it, man. You deserve it. After all this time, there's nobody in the game that deserves it more than you. So thanks a lot, brother.
I appreciate it. Real tough talk, man. Best talk it out, man.
Thank you.
That's what's up. Thank you.
All right, brother. We'll talk to you. Thanks a lot, Lonnie. All right now. All right, y'all. Y'all saw it here. Talk TV. Our first interview. You know what I mean? What do you think? What do you think of it?
I think the same way he was talking in the interview was the same confidence he had in pretty much in the game.
Right.
The same, the swagger I saw. He didn't necessarily hesitate on any questions asked.
Right.
He knew exactly what he had to say, how he felt. He explained the differences that he had in other games prior that he struggled in.
True.
Versus how he's playing now. So I think that if he keeps this mentality, the sky's the limit. From as old as he is, it's funny to say that a person that's up there in age, the sky's the limit if they play in the way that they're playing. So I think that the vibe is there. Like them with the Browns, I think that they tasted the championship.
Yeah.
And now I don't think they're going to be willing to let it go so easily. So watch out for these guys, because they are just starting.
And what do you think about Talk TV now? This new segment we have with the interviews.
Not too shabby. I think that it's, for the first time that we trying this, obviously we have to iron out some of the kinks here and there.
Mm-hmm.
We ironing out the kinks, but obviously for the first try, I think that it's relatively successful. I think that we can build on something like this, having guys, because we've done phone interviews before with guys, obviously we showed a picture up and they're talking with us and everything like that, but now you get to see them live.
And
you get
to feel what they're saying.
Feel what they're saying. You get to see their facial expressions when you ask them the question.
Yeah.
Maybe the facial expression may tell more than what they're saying.
That's true.
So
I read it that quick.
Live makes a big difference when it comes to an interview.
Right.
And that's why interviews in person are so big, and that's why having interviews like this is the next best thing.
I think with Talk TV, we need to have me on there, because there's not enough me. We got me right now, but now that we have the Talk TV here, you got to have me there.
Okay.
So you figure it out. You're the computer guy and all that good stuff, and you figure it out, how it'll work, with the Talk TV and me being here and then me being there and then maybe me interviewing me.
Just understand it's impossible, because, again, you're there. This is your job. Being behind the camera, talking all that smack, that's all you're good at. You're not going to be interviewed for anything proper.
I could do a good interview.
Talking about what? Your past days?
All of past days.
History?
That was like maybe 5 minutes ago.
Yeah, 5 minutes ago to you. The way you tell time must be crazy then, because that was a long time ago.
I had a good career.
You had a good career years ago.
I'm in shape. You said to yourself, I'm in shape. I'm ready for a comeback.
I said those words?
Yes, I'm ready for a comeback until the first hit.
I said those words. Okay.
Until the first hit. Then I don't think I want to come back.
So that's why I think that's the thing that's keeping you from getting back on the field.
These guys
because these guys is ready to clean your clock on the field. And you, with all that you have to say, they're not going to distinguish Jay Brown from Stephen J.
Right.
They're gonna see Stephen J. and they want to clean Stephen J.'s clock, and I can't blame them.
Well, they're gonna have to wait till the All-Star game, which I only come in like on one play. So yeah. We're gonna take a break. Next break right now. We're gonna be right back. We're gonna thank Lonnie for being here with us, MVP championship quarterback from the Browns. Great job to him. He hasn't won a chip in 15 years. This is his first chip in 15 years. The guy keep going, and we're happy to see that going. So we're gonna take our next break. We're gonna be right back on Road Tough Talk. We'll be right back.
All right.